So when I first got to Wesleyan, my freshman year, I didn't want to take a language. I wasn't keen on taking a language.
I grew up in Russia, and I wasn't always surrounded by Jewish people, but I always uh, was interested in Jewish music and listening to songs in Hebrew.
I never even heard of Hebrew before.
Since my family's from a Christian background, I was interested in being able to learn Hebrew to then be able to apply it to the actual scriptures.
I'm a wrestler at Wesleyan, so I got citizenship to Israel actually, and I'm wrestling for their national team.
And so when I was choosing classes for Wesleyan, I thought, well, probably I should take Hebrew, just for fun.
I want to be able to function in a country that I'm now a citizen of.
So over the summer, I worked as a camp counselor at a Jewish overnight camp.
So I came in the day before with only 2 classes locked in my schedule. And my friend Aaron, he was taking Hebrew. He's like, oh, take Hebrew with me. And he's visited Israel when he went to wrestle. And I was like I enjoyed learning French, which I did my first year. So I was like, let's pick another language.
And Professor Katz was there. And I came up to her and we started talking, and she's like, yeah, you should totally take Hebrew. It's so easy. There are only 3 tenses.
I went to the West Fest, and then one of the courses was Hebrew, and I went in through Zoom. I was in the class, and I think they were learning colors, and I was like, it was a small class, and I saw everyone was engaged. So I'm it was different from high school. So I'm just this is what I want. I like this atmosphere.
When I sat down and she's we're gonna learn letters, I was like, oh, ABC? She's like, no, they're their own letters. And I was like, oh, this is different.
First it was very scary because I was like, how am I gonna put these together? But then once you continue to get exposed to it over and over again, it becomes easier.
It was more of the class dynamic that really made me like that challenge, because in a way everybody was sort of struggling with learning the alphabet, learning to count.
What I did was that's what my professor told me to do, was to write the letters on note cards and write how it's pronounced on the back of it. So I just look over the note cards over and over again.
When we have Zoom meetings for the authors with the books, I feel it feels more personal.
She makes sure that you're engaged all the time with the material.
When I was at camp, it was very tied to religion, but when I got to Wesleyan, it really wasn't. It was more about the cultural aspect of Israel, and this is what they do and this is what they say, and these are some of the slangish terms.
We learned part of the alphabet, and then with those letters, we learned words that we could use in everyday language, and we learned how to speak with those specific words with only part of the alphabet, but functional to us, asking what time it is, or something that you do every day.
And it's just really fun. It's the fastest class that goes by that I don't want to go by.
It is very straightforward and very easy in terms of sentence structure. You don't have to think about word order or anything.
It's very beneficial to take the class, not only just to learn Hebrew, but also for your other classes. It helps you take in stuff more.
The teacher makes it understandable where you don't feel that it's overwhelming.
It's a language that teaches you how to think.
It really just showed me what true passion, I think, for our classes looked like, and I haven't really seen that from a lot of my classes yet. So it's taught me what it feels like when you really want to take a class, when you really want to be motivated to really learn.
You're starting from scratch, and that is a really difficult thing to do, and make those connections in your brain. And when you start doing that, I'm not a scientist, but I feel it's firing up some, when you work out and you haven't worked out a certain muscle in a while and it's really sore, you're working out a weak muscle and you're making it stronger. And I think that's important just for your brain power and brain health and all of that. Again, I've said it before, I think it's like a puzzle. And it's a really, really interesting one.
I never thought I'd be loving Hebrew and learning more about the Jewish culture, but it's been super fun, and I just want to keep learning.